DeepSeek has changed absolutely everything we knew about AI, how we thought we were going to invest in it, who the leaders were, how expensive it was to maintain. Everything has changed. Now, as you can see here, this has officially tanked every single market, cryptocurrency and the normal stock market. Every single coin is down so much, and it's the same thing with Nvidia and the S&P and basically any other company in the US stock exchange. As you can see here, Nvidia went down over 16% today. It lost over $600 billion worth of valuation, and there's only one reason why they lost it. This little app right here, which literally just passed ChatGPT as the #1 most downloaded app in iOS. You guys don't know the implications of DeepSeek, what it is. I'm going to be telling you right now in layman's terms, so you don't have to go listen to a nerd talk about a bunch of numbers. I'm going to be explaining it like if you were my grandma or my mom, someone who just simply doesn't know. DeepSeek, you could literally just see as ChatGPT. For the consumer, for a normal user of ChatGPT, you're going to look at DeepSeek and be like, this is no different. Why is this disturbing the markets? Why is this crashing every single coin that I own? Why is this crashing Nvidia over 16% in one day? If it's literally just a normal version of ChatGPT. Now, for you to understand why this is so insane, you're gonna have to understand a couple numbers, and I'm gonna be laying it out to you very quick. This is where you're gonna understand why this is so insane. I'm gonna start it off with this meme, this tweet by Lord Bebo. I don't know who he is, but I really like this tweet. Basically, it says OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, took 10 years, 4,500 employees, and raised $6.6 billion to engineer. And that's how you have the ChatGPT that you know and love. It does your task, it does everything very well, it's quick, not that expensive, right? Really good. But then we have DeepSeek, which is a Chinese version of ChatGPT. Now, it took less than 2 years to develop, around 200 employees, and it used less than $10 million to develop. Now, if you don't understand why this is so crazy, is because there's such a hype and boom in AI right now, and so many people are investing billions and billions of dollars because ChatGPT didn't really have a direct competitor. So they could technically charge as much as they want. Nobody really knew their valuation because there wasn't a ceiling nor a bottom, and there was nobody really competing. Now, this is the killer part. DeepSeek developed an open source and equal or better product and have it out for free, likely killing the business model of OpenAI. Right now, you can use ChatGPT for free, but you're not gonna get the latest model that can use the internet, that can surf the web, that can do all of the things like charts, math. You can now video talk to the ChatGPT. You're not gonna get any of those features, and on top of that, you're gonna get a later model, not the ones that we have today. You're gonna get it basically a worse version of the ChatGPT that you would get if you pay. Now, if you do pay, there's two options. There's the option one where you pay $20 a month, and then there's the pro version where you pay $200 per month. And this is basically how ChatGPT makes their money. They have a free version, and then they obviously have the premium version. You can pay $200 or $20 a month depending on how many features you release. Now, the reason that this is crazy is because DeepSeek came out, they one, made it free for everyone, but two, they didn't let themselves just be free and bad. They actually outperformed ChatGPT's paid version for free. Now, we're gonna be taking a look at this tweet here. This is basically gonna be comparing DeepSeek's technology with ChatGPT's technology, and this is basically where we can see how good they are at certain tasks. So the blue bar with the stripes in it, that is DeepSeek's AI, and then as you can see here, this is everyone else's. It matched and exceeded ChatGPT's greatest version for free, and it did it with little training, and it did it with less time, and it did it while being free and costing absolutely nothing to run. Now, this is where things can get a little complicated, but stay with me. Every single time that you put out a prompt on ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any of these AI models, you use tokens, and normally you buy tokens per million. Okay, now we're gonna be running through how much does 1 million tokens cost. You can look at tokens like the amount of power that you need for all of your things that you're asking ChatGPT. So if you're asking it for a simple prompt, it might use 10 tokens, but if you're using ChatGPT for coding and a harder prompt, it can use 50 tokens. Now, the consumer really doesn't care about tokens or anything. You just pay your monthly fee and you go about your way. But anyways, ChatGPT, for 1 million tokens, you can expect to pay $60 to $120 per million tokens. Now, this is really, really expensive. I know you have nothing to base it out of. None of us really did, but I'm about to tell you how much 1 million tokens cost if you're using DeepSeek. Now, remember, even though it's cheaper, it doesn't mean that the quality gets worse. You're actually getting a better quality product for 90% cheaper. I'm about to tell you how much it costs in DeepSeek compared to ChatGPT. So if you're using the most powerful DeepSeek out there, so now remember, ChatGPT costs $120 per 1 million. If you want to spend or get the same amount of tokens on DeepSeek using their most powerful AI, which by the way, is just as powerful as ChatGPT's. Now, if you want to use DeepSeek's most powerful AI and you want to get 1 million tokens, it's going to cost you $2.19 max. Now, trust me, you do not need more than 1 million tokens. Now, if you're staying with me, this is where you can start to understand how crazy this is really getting. You have two options, the Chinese version and the American version. The American version is ChatGPT and the Chinese version is DeepSeek. If both of their power is the same, meaning you're not really gonna get an advantage by using either or, if anything, you would get a slight advantage using the Chinese one. Would you rather pay $2 for a better version of the product, or would you rather pay $120 for a lower version of the product? Now, this is where it really gets interesting because a lot of investors are getting afraid. They're wondering, okay, I'm giving Nvidia, I am giving ChatGPT, I'm giving Meta billions and billions and billions of dollars to make me a product that took a group of Chinese coders 10 million times less money, 10 million times less time, and the product ended up being open source, and the product is basically free. We haven't gotten into why being open source is ridiculous. That's what we're gonna do next. But now you have a little idea. China was able to make a product that is just as equally as good, if not better, for 90% less of the time. So if you're an investor, you're worried. You have all your money tied up with ChatGPT. You have this competitor that comes in and destroys all of your records for 90% cheaper. Before I get into one of the biggest reasons of this being such a big deal, which is the reason that it's open sourced, let's read this tweet really quickly. Okay, this tweet is by Gail Brenton, another random, but I like the tweet. I've been testing DeepSeek R1 against O1 this evening. That's basically the two best models of each counterpart. For non-coding tasks, DeepSeek's outputs are better, and it costs $2.19 instead of $60 per million tokens. You just explained what the tokens thing is, so you should understand that. And yes, that is not a typo. It's also free on chat. O3 better be good because the value of O1 just went down big time. Now, if you guys don't know what O3 is or O1, basically those are the versions of ChatGPT. Right now, everyone is in version O1, and O3 is the new version that ChatGPT is gonna bring out very soon because they've been teasing it and we just know it's gonna happen. So this tweet is basically saying, ChatGPT, your next version better be 10 times better because someone just came in and has the exact same power that you offer to your paid users for free. If you guys want to read a little bit more about this, this is DeepSeek's official Twitter. You can just go ahead, come read a bunch of these analysts. It's a very good read. I've been reading all fucking day long. I basically know exactly what's going on, and now I kind of understand why it's actually getting dangerous for ChatGPT, and it's actually getting dangerous for the American government. Okay, so now you know part of the reason why your bags are absolutely tanking. As you can see here, Pengu down 17%, Farcoin down 15%. The entire market is red across the board. The main reason why this is tanking is because DeepSeek is open source. Now, if you don't know why that's crazy, the reason why that makes it insane is because up to today, all of ChatGPT's code was closed. Nobody could use it. Nobody could build upon it. Nobody could see how they worked it out. It was all a secret. It was an industry secret that they had and only they had. And that was one of the most appealing parts about investing into ChatGPT, and that's one of the most appealing parts that made it an actual good product for everyone to use, and it made it basically seem like the Apple of GPTs. It was closed source. Nobody knew how to code it. Nobody knew what the language model was actually written as and all that. A very good industry secret to have. That's basically like having the Coca-Cola formula that only Coca-Cola can use. But then DeepSeek comes out, does the same exact powerful things that ChatGPT can do. On top of that, it's open sourced. So now everyone and their mother has the right and will to go and be able to see the code, build upon it, see how the language model works, and basically just shit on ChatGPT. Now there's no secret to ChatGPT. You can just go to DeepSeek, see the open source, see how they built the model, and you can build upon it if you're a developer. Now that is what's really cracking out every single investor across the board. There's no more industry secret. You're like investing in Coca-Cola and you're hoping that they have the formula forever. Then Pepsi comes out and says, yo guys, actually this is the formula. You guys can make it in your house and it takes 2 seconds. So what once costed billions and billions of dollars to create and make and manufacture, now anyone can make it in their house. All you need is a computer, because yes, this is also one of the craziest parts, anyone can use it with any computer. You don't need any sort of high powerful computer to run this language model. You can literally run it on your gaming PC, on your phone. It's very accessible to everyone. That is what's cracking absolutely everyone and freaking them the hell out. And the people that are really getting freaked out is the investors. Now that you have an idea of why this is such a crazy moment that happened in the stock market and crypto market, where everything is down, Nvidia is down, crypto's down, everything's down. Obviously you could go in, do your research and be way more technical, read all of this. It's a really good read. This is all I've been doing all day, but I wanted to grab all the info and give it to you, just like if you were a normal person that didn't know anything about large language models or GPT or deep scan. Like you don't care about any of this, you just want to know the info. And now I'm going to give you my honest opinion of what I think this means for the overall crypto market. So Bitcoin took a pretty big hit. We went from 105 to 100 flat yesterday, and we've recovered an okay decent amount. We're up 6% today, which is not that bad. Same thing with Ethereum, same thing with XRP, Solana, all of these tokens have bounced back a little bit, but we haven't really bounced back a legitimate amount to where we can just be like, oh, okay, we're past. There's still a big chance that we could go down, but in my opinion, I am gonna lean towards being a bull in this situation. I honestly think the market overreacted a little bit. If not, they overreacted a lot. A lot of the tokens that took a big hit were obviously all of the AI tokens. As you can see here in the last 24 hours, these are the tokens that got the biggest hit. So if you were on any of these, luckily I haven't really promoted or shouted out any of these, so that's good in our part if you've been listening to my AI plays. I am looking to buy a lot of coins right now as we speak, because I do think that this is going to brush over. I think the stock market really overreacted. This Nvidia drop of 600 bill, I think it's going to get eaten up very quickly, because I don't think DeepSeek 1 has all of the infrastructure to really be able to feed absolutely everyone everything it needs. As you can see here, a lot of people are going to DeepSeek right now because it's very hot, but within the next week I don't think it's going to be that much better. I don't think it's going to be that much better than GPT for it to still be in the #1 chart. So overall, I do think the market overreacted way more than it should have. So I am going to be doing a what to buy list right now. If you guys want me to make a video dedicated to what to buy on this dip, let me know, because there's a lot of good buying opportunities, and I don't think we're going to see one of these moves again, at least in the future. Besides that, guys, if you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, I'll really appreciate it. This is my @ right here. We've been getting a bunch of followers on Twitter, so I love that you guys are like liking my tweets and shit. I really appreciate it. Join my Discord. It's completely free. I'll leave the link in the bio. I'm always japping up here with all of you guys. If you guys have any questions about crypto, want to talk to me a little bit more personally, join the Discord. It's complete for free. I'm always giving out my calls here, and a lot of people have won just for being on the Discord and following my plays. Again, it's free. I'll talk to you guys in here. Besides that, peace out, everybody.